Hi Gemini, welcome to your unexpected reading for August 29th through November 28th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to the Tarot Charmer, formerly known as Marriage Tarot. Much love and support to her. Hopefully you get a chance to stop by, check her out, and show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but resonate in other areas of your life, such as work, family, money, travel, friends, school, that sort of thing. All right, Gemini. Unexpected for Gemini, for essentially the month of Gemini. Capricorn's coming up. Are you dealing with a Capricorn? Maybe some work issues. Okay. All right, Gemini. Strength, that could be Leo. Questioning the stability of something, whether it's time to walk away. Priestess, that could be Pisces or Cancerian. Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. All right, what are we dealing with here? Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, pickles. Oops. What are we dealing with for Gemini? Queen of Pentacles, twice. There's the Capricorn. There's Capricorn. All right. Interesting. So, why are you walking away and pulling back? What is going on here? So this is a period of you protecting yourself. Are they coming back in and you're like, nope, I need some time to think. I need to be by myself and take care of me and my own because I just need to think. Walk away. I can't be emotionally connected to this situation anymore. All right. Could be Capricorn, could be Aquarius, Pisces, Cancerian, Leo. This Four of Swords about. You've got someone that is not okay with how things have turned out. Is this someone wanting to come back in and be like, but wait, but this Four of Swords. The Star, there's Aquarius. Also boobies. Queen of Pentacles about. Seven of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Four of Swords again. Wow. You have really withdrawn. Is it that you're like, no, I don't want to get back together. I don't want to talk about this. I am firmly resolute. I need things a certain way, and I prefer to be by myself. I'm happier by myself at this point. Is that what this is? Like, you're just like, nope, I need you. It's just Knight of Swords. Before I start getting all vulgar, sometimes I have a lot of choice words I say in head. This Knight of Swords about. Page of Wands. Unexpected, but to see, this is someone that still is trying to find an angle. It'd be different if this was, but this right here feels like they have an agenda. That it just feels like, and the fact that you really need to take some time, and not just take some time to think, that you need a rest. Like, this is you needing to find your footing again. It could also be you questioning this person, because this person's going to reach out. So here you are, sequestered all into yourself, feeling like, you need to stand your ground with this person. This person could be pretty assertive, if not downright aggressive. Like, they don't really have a need for boundaries. They have like a really casual, fluid relationship with boundaries. This is someone that, and I can see why you're needing a rest from them, because when push comes to shove and they want what they want, they go after it. So I don't know. I feel like this is someone that was pretty resolute, that didn't really budge or compromise, which kind of forced you into the position of having to be just as stubborn, or because you didn't feel like your boundaries were being respected, or because they really didn't have any regard for what you wanted or what you thought or what you said. And I really feel like this is about you needing to restore balance in your life. This is somebody that probably had quite the hold, or at least a firm grip on control in the relationship, and not in a good way. You might have, been a bit overbearing. Queen of Pentacles. And you might be wondering, okay, they're coming back in and they're saying all the right things and they're showing interest and I'm still interested. Is this a good idea? And I say no. What's this Queen of Pentacles about? I say no. The Sun. We got the Moon here, and then we got the Sun. That could be Leo, Capricorn. This High Priestess. All right, the ending. Okay, so the little commentary there. But this is you having to figure out how and why and what, because I feel like you're still willing to hear their side of things, if nothing else, because that was kind of the dynamic between you two. But I feel like you're still going to be swayed or moved by an argument that they make. And part of why you're going to be able to stand your ground and to stay sequestered or under yourself or in solitude or just away from that situation is because you're going to rely heavily on your intuition, and there could even be divine intervention. But I think why this person keeps kind of not letting you have the time that you need to think about things is because they don't want you to come to any conclusions. They don't want you to realize intuitively, instinctually, on a primal level that this is not a good fit for you. So they kind of keep you off center. They keep that balance off center. They're just that constant kind of out, communication, unexpected here, and then you kind of get some time to yourself, and then all of a sudden there's this burst of communication again. And good for you. Kudos to really taking care of yourself and your own and standing your ground and putting up some boundaries and not answering the phone or the text or the door or whatever, because it feels like this person, just when you start to get some headway and some footing and are ready to walk away, here they come again, out of the blue, with something new or interesting to say. Or, I just thought, I have these tickets to this place that I know you really like, and, what do you say, one for the road? Or I just thought you might like them. No strings attached. Why don't you just, it's something that's going to be of interest to you, and they're going to show interest, and there's that, they got that hold, they got that something, and they know it. And I don't feel like they respect you, if I'm honest. I think your chances are much brighter and better by yourself. And right now it's about you being able to take care of yourself and your own. So like yours and your own, you being under yourself right now, Gemini. I just don't feel like this person respects you. I think they want what they want, and things are kind of on their terms. It could be a long distance relationship, and it's intermittent, and you're kind of done with things being static. So you're like, you know what, I'm just not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to answer those texts or whatever the swiping is or whatever. And then all of a sudden, once you do that, then they show interest again. But I think this is you kind of being under yourself and taking care of yourself, restoring some balance and equilibrium after you've walked away from a very emotional situation, a lot of back and forth. It wasn't an easy decision to come by. And then out of the blue, here comes this person wanting to, hey, how are you? And being very assertive and very charismatic and very interesting and kind of sucking you back in. And it's going to take some real assertiveness on your part to just stay in that lockdown mode, to stay protective of your boundaries and yourself, because you're still not quite over this person. I feel like you know that you should, but you're still kind of going through the motions and waiting for that sort of shift to happen to where you turn the corner to where you're like, no, this person doesn't have that kind of hold on me anymore. I don't have that affinity for that person anymore. You're not there yet. Logically you should. That's why you kind of really yourself. But when they come again, and they will, there's going to be that something that's going to make you want to think that this time might be different. And you've got a lot of possibilities waiting for you, and a lot of realizations happening, and a lot of things being illuminated over time if you could just stay under yourself and have that time to think. Right now it's in the form of insomnia. That's always fun. Not really being able to not think about it, or just having it really on your mind. But the more time you get to be able to think about it and process it, the more you're going to actually land on a few things. Things are going to become clear. Your intuition's going to kick in. You'll be able to see what's what, and you'll have this knowing. It's not just going to be, well, I think this. Things are going to make sense. Things are going to click. There's going to be like these aha moments, like, oh, that's why it's your intuition kicking in. It's listening to your gut. So we got the Queen of Pentacles twice here, and I think that is about you staying the course, because by yourself, you're on solid, equal footing. Everything is as it should be in your life. This person might be a lot of fun, but they don't support the stability in your life. So there's that. All right. And to be fair, if you can compartmentalize that, if you can see it for what it is, that this person's just kind of fun for a certain scenario or whatever, okay. But if you feel yourself getting sucked back in, it took you a lot for you to walk away. So just be aware of that you don't want to take 4 steps forward and 7 back, That's for Gemini. Hierophant. That could be Taurus. That's about faith, consistency, devotion, stability. That is not present here with this person. At this time, this person is not about that. And I think with the High Priestess and the Faith card showing up, even Strength, this is about you standing your ground on something. This is about you finding connection elsewhere. This is about you relying on your faith, your intuition, your strength, your willpower to take the time that you need to be able to think about some things, to be able to have those realizations that they might be coming back in unexpectedly and keeping you off your feet because they don't want you to have those realizations. They don't want you to see things for what they are because then they're going to be denied their cookies, you know? I don't feel like they're bad. They're just not what you need. You're fine by yourself, and then they come in and kind of muck everything up. There's this, where did I read? I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like, oh, that's so true. The people that don't want you to have boundaries, the people that have a problem with you putting up boundaries or taking that time you need to think about things are the ones that benefit from you not having boundaries, from you not taking time to think about things. They benefit from you kind of being uncertain or a doormat or free flow, overly generous, that sort of thing. So just remember that if they can't respect you needing to take time and needing to just be by yourself and think about, if they keep kind of disrupting that, it's going to be about you needing to secure your own, protect yourself, your own boundaries, and stand your ground and just be like, nope, block them, whatever you have to do. But you need the time to process this. This has not been easy for you. Gemini. Simplicity, yes. Getting back to basics, getting that stability, that things being very simple, being able to rely on yourself, being able to take care of things in a timely manner, your life working on a normal ebb and flow like it should, getting that simplicity and that stability back in your life and being able to see things for what they are. It doesn't have to be complicated. Sure, it's exciting and dynamic, but that kind of gets old after a while. So that might be kind of that draw, but it's not going to sustain anything. So this is about simplifying your life. We got the moon here for all intents and purposes. Because this person, while they might be fun and interesting, they can complicate things. Especially if you've already kind of realized that this is not for me, there needs to be an ending. And then they keep reasserting themselves. And it's like, don't do that. I need to heal. You leave me alone. You respect boundaries. Gemini. All right, so that's the Nine of Cups reversed and the Sun. So this is understanding why you were not happy with this person. This is realizing what didn't work, and in doing so, it sets you free because there could be this feeling trapped or imprisoned, like I just want to be home by myself. This could be unchecked isolation, right? But we got the Sun card here. So it's not that. It's just needing time to heal, to ground, to really make sense of things and to understand why you weren't happy and why it didn't work. It's not because you're an unhappy person and you're a misanthrope and you're miserable. It's because this was not meeting your needs and you stayed too long. You're not this, they're not that. It's just it wasn't a good fit. And it's about understanding that and realizing that. And that sets you free to be like, oh, it's not so bad. It was just the situation. It wasn't, I'm not this and they're not that. It just, we didn't fit together. It wasn't a good fit. And I know that now. Why? Because I've had time to think. I've had time to think because I got vertical and told this person, you better back off. You better leave me alone. I'm going to block you. It's that simple. I told you I need my space. You need to respect that or we're done. No friendship, no anything. All right. I hope this was helpful, Gemini. Little pep talk there at the end. I hope that you get the time you need to think about things and for things to be very simplified for you because you're due. You've kind of been through it here. December should be kind of a low and slow month, hopefully. Don't feel guilty about blocking or not answering anything. You need time to heal and you take that time. All right. You take care. I hope to see you in the next reading.